Good afternoon, Ryker family. I am leaving work. It is cooking hot, 98 degrees and muggy. I'm going to take a different route home because I do not want to get stuck with those traffic lights by the airport and Sheets and all that. So I am going to go the highway and then back country roads, which there's really no stoplights. I got one or two stoplights on this trip this way. Otherwise, I could get stuck in some bad traffic over by the airport and all that, and I would just die. It's so darn hot. That's the only bad part about a bike, any motorcycle. I don't care what you drive. If you get stuck in traffic and all that, the heat off of the bike plus the heat off the road, you gotta just suck it up. It gets really hot. Yeah, this thing hasn't been doing real bad, but I don't get stuck in a lot of traffic. I remember making a couple comments that I was worried about the heat with it, with that fan running all the time because it doesn't like the heat. It definitely has a low thermostat to keep the engine cool. And I've noticed that it really doesn't come on much. It may come on once or twice if I get stuck at a light right up here. But other than that, it doesn't do real bad if you can keep moving. People that are in 3 or 4 lanes of traffic around a big city, like in Dallas or somewhere like that, or Atlanta, the bigger cities, I could see this thing not liking it one bit with the heat. I'm almost thinking I might just pop the windshield off for a cruise just to see how it does. Just what the feeling is like, the difference with the wind. And that way I could give a better opinion than just my opinion, which doesn't really mean much, but just my opinion of using it and not using it. I could just undo the 4 screws or whatever and pop it off and then pop it back on and feel the difference. So I may do that and do a quick video on that, and this would be the view you have. And also I'll give you a walk around what the view looks like. I'll leave that black piece right over my speedometer there. I'll leave that on, but take the plastic part off. I think that black piece there would look halfway decent. And then that would be personal preference for you guys if you want to take that off also, or not even use a windshield when you do. You can imagine what it would look like without that. What was I thinking? Oh, I was thinking it would be nice for them to give us more of a display on there besides speed, and I mean it gives you all that you need, but it would be nice for it to be almost that black piece that you see up there, almost that full size there, and give you maybe a temperature gauge, maybe even a rear differential gauge, temperature wise, something of that nature. But I understand that's getting back up into the luxury models. This is more the Roadster, just give you a speedometer and a fuel gauge and go. And your little parking brake light comes on. Turn signals also. But I think it would be neat to have the corners out here as triangles right by the windshield. Let me cut this. Alright, we're done with that light and we're moving on. But yeah, right where the points are out there, have the triangles out there as your turn signals. Not as them, but so you can see them, and also cars right directly on the side of you could see that you're putting it on, besides just your rear ones. And then have a bigger display with maybe a temperature gauge, your fuel, then you got your tachometer. Make those a little bit bigger, and maybe give you a option with a push button, analog and digital. Right now all you get is the digital. It'd be neat maybe do an analog and digital, or analog and analog speedometer, or you could do digital and digital tachometer, speedometer. I think that'd be a cool option. Hit the button and you could change between analog and digital. Just my little things. I'm just giving you my thoughts. Like I said, it's not like I'm picking on the design. I'm just saying, hey, that would be neat. It'd be a neat, cool design. There's really nothing that I would pick on this. I keep saying I'm going to do the 3,000 mile review, and I'm over 3,000 now. And I still have to do an oil change, and I want to give you guys a full review. And I really don't have anything that nobody else has mentioned, that about the clunking of the rear end. Other people have had some problems from the factory or the dealership didn't put it together right. Issues, like I had a tire that wasn't even balanced, but the dealership, balanced it for me and all that, but I still ended up having to pay $25, I guess, for their labor, which I don't feel I should have. I think Can-Am should have picked that up, but I'm not going to argue. I mean, I'm not a real hard ass about that stuff. I know other people would have fought and screamed about it. What else? I still haven't put the mirrors with the turn signals in them on the fenders, not the wheel fenders, but the fenders right behind the headlights. All right, we got another light here. Oh, it's green now. We're gonna make it through here. I haven't gotten those on. I have to put those on. Those are really cool because you have the turn signal in the glass, so the car's on the side of you can see you got it on. Plus it's in the front, so you have the turn signals on your fenders, plus on the back of the mirrors to give you a double turn signal, whatever you want to call it. But other than that, those are the two projects I'm working on that I still need to do. I am not considering doing any more painting in the rear side, even though I was going to put that stripe over the rear fender. I have not even worried about that yet. The paint's holding up well. Do not see any major issues. I think I've got one or two little chips in the nose that I do have to do a little touch up on before it gets too crazy or peels. When it gets colder, I mean real cold, because remember I drive this thing all the way down into the 20s. When it gets real cold and then warms up to about 50 during the day, the heat and the cold expanding and contracting of the plastic may be a different story. It may flake right off. Right now it's just a steady hot. Summer's just hot. Ridiculous this summer. And we'll see. I may not even be owning it by then, by the winter. I may find somebody that wants it and work out a deal, and that's it. Get rid of it. But stability-wise, it's fine. I've gotten used to it tracking. That's the one benefit of a two-wheel motorcycle. The uneven lanes of a road do not affect you nowhere near as bad as a three-wheeler does. This thing just wants to wander everywhere. You got to really figure it out. It's definitely more difficult. Alrighty, I'm back. I cut some of the boring road out there. But when you go over bridges and it bumps or train tracks, it's not uncontrollable. It doesn't throw you all over the road and it doesn't want to flip you or nothing. The suspension works beautiful. You have no problem at all with that. You just got to ride it through. Definitely, you could tell the difference though between this and something with power steering. This is more, like I said, driving a four-wheeler, where you feel every bump, and even some of the new four-wheelers have power steering. So they definitely really cut corners, to keep their costs down, but still charged us a fair amount of money. But this thing is still fun. I mean, it is a rocket. I mean, you lean on the gas and it takes off for a 550-pound bike. And then I'm a medium-sized guy, not real light, 175 I think now. So it's not pulling a whole lot of weight. It's not like I'm up in my mid-200s or something. So yeah, you roll on the throttle and it's up to 60 miles an hour in a blink of an eye. And you still get people that test you. That want to get around you or try pushing you up the road to get right on your butt. So it's just you laugh at them. You just roll on the throttle and they're like way the heck back there. So yeah, it's still a whole lot of fun. I have no real major complaints besides some of the corners they cut on this thing. I do wish that they did a little better on, but oh well, not bad. The resale value of this, I'm wondering what that's going to be when I do turn around or somebody wants to talk to me about buying it. Being you spend $999 for it, this model. I didn't get the Rally, and I did do some upgrades and modifications, but I do have 3,000 miles, so that probably not cancels the two out. And I'll probably sell it with the dual bag mount system in the back, and I'll put those on. So I'm not sure, what the resale, like I said, it all depends on how bad the person wants it and if they're able to get them. So we'll have to see. But other than that, just a hot day. I'm trying to take this back road here to block out, any stoplights or bypass the stoplights because it's, just so darn hot. It is smoking hot today. And so we'll just cruise along these country roads. I know you guys seen these roads. I take the same ones home pretty much every day. And I know you got to be getting bored. So I try to change the topic. So I'm assuming it is nice to see the bike and cruising along these country roads, but I think the topic might be a little better and a little conversation between bike owners. So that's better. But yeah, if you have any questions, please keep commenting. I enjoy it. I like to interact. I try to message you guys back as quick as possible. Some of the spots I have at work are dead spots where you're not allowed to have cell service due to security reasons. So it may take me a half hour to get back to you. I know people with channels that, will take you a day or more. There's no, I don't do that. I definitely try to get back within an hour or so. I check it and I always get the notifications popping up. So I try to reply back. I ride with my handlebars all the ways back. If you take a look at the top of the stem there, I would like these to actually swoop back a little bit more to give me a little more upright. I'm more of an upright rider. I'm not the hunched over, racer style. So it'd be real nice to have these come back a little bit more. I was always wondering if you could just roll them, undo the 4 bolts up there like on a bicycle, roll them towards me. If you notice they go downwards, have them come back towards me. But I think it throws where your hand grips are off. The angle would be really goofy, the way the ends bend. If you roll them, they'll be out of whack. So you'd almost have to change the handlebars out, which is no big deal. They're standard handlebars. They're nothing fancy or no special motorcycle style handlebars. I'd like them to come back a little bit more, give me a little more upright. That's just my personal one. If I want to lean forward, I could just slide it all the way forward. Here's the nut bike. But yeah, this is a beautiful country road. We're very fortunate here in Virginia to have a lot of these roads. We only have that small city right there. Roanoke's definitely a lot bigger. But this one's small, and you get more country roads as soon as you go 5 to 7 miles away from the city. It turns into this. Excuse me. But that is about it. Beautiful afternoon, sunny wise. No thunderstorms popping up today. I've gotten caught in a few rain showers these past couple days, and it's nice to be dry. But it is hot, definitely hot. Let's buzz this turn here. I love this turn right here. It just whips right around. You can see the bike bounce a little bit, but you still make that turn real nice. It's fun, easy, and smooth. Definitely a smooth ride. People ask me about my seat. This is just a stock seat. I have not tried the comfort seat. I don't know the difference. I haven't sat on one with a comfort seat, so I can't tell you. This one seems to be fine for me, but you're also talking to somebody that's used to riding 50 miles or more on a bicycle, so any seat's softer than the bicycle seat. And I'm also not a picky person. I don't need a super plush seat for my bike. But that's it. When I get up here to the stop sign, I make a right, head down to my neighborhood, so I will cut it off up here. It's been long enough. We're definitely over 10 minutes and all, and I don't want to bore you guys, but I will talk to you later. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you soon. Bye.